It's another beautiful time. Thank God it's another beautiful Friday. It's good to be here once again on 32 FM 94.9, your laughter station, your favorite station. My name is OLUTAYO OGUNADE, and I welcome you to your morning tonic, the Break of Dawn newspaper review. All right, on the program, we track headlines for you just because you need to know. I have the papers here, and of course, I'll be starting from Daily Trust. From Daily Trust newspaper, COVID-19, federal government declares additional 132 wanted for violating quarantine laws. Bracket family go off air as NBC suspends license of Human Rights Radio. Governor's aide, Chinese national arrested over vandalism of railway tracks. IGP, state police currently exists in states. We are yet to be formally informed, finance minister tells reps. That's on Ibori loot. 46 corpses recovered in Kebbi boat mishap after a Daily Trust report. Sokoto government orders arrest of quack doctor, suspends head of Basansan clinic. Summer headline from Daily Trust: NLC threatens to resume suspended strike action in Kaduna. Buhari appoints Major General Farouk Yahaya as Chief of Army Staff. 4 things to know about new Chief of Army Staff you find from Daily Trust. The houses EFCC seized from a director in NSA office. From the sports side, Zayn resigns as Real Madrid coach. Only restructuring can prevent Nigeria's disintegration. Oaneze, economic woes deepen as bakers hike bread biscuit prices by 30%. Dangote Cement earns 1 trillion naira, pays 273 billion naira dividend. The Constitution review, discordant tunes as governors unveil agenda. 2 more before we go to another paper. 2023 PDP APC beaker over burning of INEC offices. APC to Pazu. You are governing Abia like your Hamlet. Away from Daily Trust, let's go to Premium Times. Reps question Finance Minister, Accountant General on 19 billion naira transfer to AFDB. Reps question Finance Minister, Accountant General on 19 billion naira transfer to AFDB. Buhari finally replaces unqualified Director General of NAPTIP. There you can find the profile of the new Chief of Army Staff, Farouk Yahaya, from Premium Times. Buhari appoints new Chief of Army Staff. Armed men who attacked Governor Autumn have been arrested. IGP. 165th dead in Kebbi boat mishap. Ibori loot. Accountant General clarifies stance, says money not yet returned to Delta. Wike pledges 600 million naira for Akwa Ibom hospital project. NBC suspends Human Rights Radio. INEC records 41 attacks on facilities in 2 years. Chairman. World Bank approves $700 million credit for Nigeria. Buhari's executive order on state legislature, judiciary autonomy unnecessary. Tambuwa. Buhari swaps head of 2 federal government agencies. Malami denies stolen $60 billion NNPC money stashed in the U.S. And Maliku, ousted president, PM released after 30 days in detention. Let's quickly go to the Guardian newspaper. Ladipo auto spare parts market risks closure over environmental issues. Lawan tasks ECOWAS Parliament on terrorism, cross-border crimes. New Oluwari for coronation the 21st of August. Lagos State will continue to look like a construction site, says Sanwo-Olu. Namani urges caution, dialogue over burning of police INEC offices. Akpabio blames delay in NDDC board on lack of budget orders. SARS disbandment creating security challenge. IGP cries out. What is he saying? Fear of massive retirement grips officers as army gets new chief. Still from The Guardian, Nigerians to pay more for imported vehicles from the 1st of June. Zidane resigned from Real Madrid as PSG dows Pochettino's exit rumor. Another one here. We're targeting more 3 million children for free feeding, says Buhari. Still from there, Wike's love for project versus opposition's demand for equity. From the business side of The Guardian, fresh concerns greet planned privatization of TCN. Sell-off persists as NGX's capitalization plunges further by 98 billion naira. Away from The Guardian, we go to Punch newspaper. COVID-19 vaccination suffers setback. Federal government laments vaccine shortage. Officers injured as Ogun cultists land grabbers police clash. Pirates kill 5-year-old girl, shoot speedboat driver in Bayelsa. Schools declare emergency holiday. Orders shot. Residents panic over IPOB sit at home. 25 generals. Others may go as Yahaya emerges Chief of Army Staff. Illegal oil deals. Federal government fails to recover $69 billion loot in American banks. 25 generals. Others may go as Yahaya emerges Chief of Army Staff. I took that. Don't introduce Sharia in Southwest. PFN warned Senate. How Jonathan secured release of Malian president. PM. When I prayed for my son and phone, I didn't know he would die next day. Father of NAF airman. Dangote refinery. Marketers differ on NNPC proposed stake acquisition. Alright, something also from the Nation newspaper. 26 bodies recovered in Niger boat accident. Southern leaders and Nigeria's constitutions tackling security challenge in Lagos State. That you can also find from the Nation. Man City versus Chelsea. Something there for sports lovers. Sudan or Southern leaders and Nigeria's constitution. I took that. Let's see. One or two more before we go on a break now. Federal government declares 132 violators of COVID-19 travel advisory wanted. NGF's 408 per litre, 8 naira per litre fuel price proposal provocative. NLC. We'll go on a short break. I will be back.
FM 94.9. Mornings are for dreamers. I'm a dreamer, yes, I'm a dreamer. The break of dawn for champions.
8 times 500 naira, 4,000 naira. 8 times 5,000.
Hi. I beg. Where on they see this money?
Money care. Now the ogbonge bonus we get the summer me as I buy new SIM card. See, then they give me double data subscription plus 8 times a woof anytime I recharge.
Oh boy, what's up for me now?
You know say you fit buy SIM card now for any accredited Airtel shop, ba? Just go there with your NIN, just like that.
Sure guy.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Titan Farms Multi-Business Limited is calling all event vendors in Ibadan to submit a tender. This invite includes a tender from decorators, DJs, caterer, both continental and African dishes, drink vendors, souvenir vendors, MCs, cake vendors, cocktail vendors, ushering agencies, bouncers, floor coordinators, photographers, videographers, etc. The tender is expected to be submitted from Monday, April the 26th to 3rd of May 2021. All interested vendors should show interest of participation by visiting the anniversary committee in our office. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily at Titan Farms House, opposite Motor Dealer Car Mart, Akala Express, New Garage, Ibadan. Visit our website on www.titanfarms.org or at Titan Farms NG on Instagram.
ṣòfẹ́ mọ̀dí rẹ̀ bí mo ṣe ń dábìí ẹ̀dùn òbí òwe health concern global consult and multilevel marketing cooperative investment credit society limited tó jalagbàtà fún gbogbo àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe herbal food supplement nílẹ̀ òkèèrè làṣírí ibẹ̀ bí wọn náà bá fẹ́ lè ra tó péye tó wọ́n sì tún máa rogún sápò rẹ̀ lọ́nà tó lẹ̀ jíìtì tó sì máa gbàdá 10% sí 15% lórí owó tó fi dókòwò lóṣooṣù láì kiri ọjà tàbí múrì fara wa ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ dókòwò papọ̀ pẹ̀lú wa àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti bá a dókòwò papọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ máa gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì tẹ́ fi kópa nínú ìdíje yìí kó toríire tí ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ kejì oṣù kẹwàá ọdún tá a wà yìí níbi tẹ́ẹ̀dì fọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ ìrìnàjò sí Dubai lọ́ọ̀tìlẹ̀ kan níbi sẹ́mẹ́ntì gbẹdọ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀kadà jẹnẹrétọ̀ fìríjì àtètò ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ ọlọ́dún kan fáwọn ọmọ wa ṣe fàjẹ́ àjọ tó ń rí sí ìyíkoto ìdíje oríire buwọ́lu ètò yìí kàsílẹ̀ iṣẹ́ health concern lẹ́gbẹ̀lẹ́ epo MRS ní kọjá Bishop Phillips Academy Ìwòrò Ìbàdàn àti ní Stanbic Bank Building Niger West Area Challenge Ìbàdàn pé 090 5000 48 16 090 5000 48 16 health concern sọ ìlera dọ̀rọ̀.
The lights are on and the stage is set for the next music sensation. Who will be the next Nigerian idol? Watch the live performances every Sunday at 7 p.m. and keep your favorite contestant on.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
You know as body they torture you anytime they download and watch plenty videos. Like say tomorrow not day. That's so one corner of your brain go they tell you say, as it is sweet you so. Make you remember say now your pocket go here amo. My brother, my sister. The truth be say that one na before. Now when you buy data with the last with skinny money on top MTN, you go jollificate 10 gigabyte data for 3,000 naira and 20 gigabyte data for 5,000 naira. Plus say they go cost some you 4 gigabyte awoof data for take watch YouTube videos for the data network with the reliable. Shikina, just dial *131# for take turn up your ogbonge data for shikini money on top MTN. Terms and conditions dey.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
If you know sabi transfer news, you fit tell your padi say na your team get correct top striker.
What are you talking about?
If you tell your padi say na your team get correct top striker, dem fit shout dey follow you argue.
No way.
If dem shout dey follow you argue, everybody for viewing center fit shook mouth for the matter. If dem shook mouth for the matter, you fit fall your hand for the matter. If you fall your hand for the matter, you fit kick bench as you dey vex. Abeg, before you enter yawa, settle the matter with Google search. Get the latest football news, live scores, transfers, probabilities, and anything wey concern football with your Google app.
32 FM
94.9.
Welcome back, 32 FM 94.9, Break It On Newspaper Review, 17 minutes past 6 from our studio. It's audio visual, and so you can look us up on YouTube, 32 FM 949 Ibadan, 32 FM 949 Ibadan on YouTube. My name is OLUTAYO OGUNADE. Austin Adomo joins me on the program for the analysis. Good morning to you, Austin.
Good morning, Tayo.
All right, let's start from here. Okay, Buhari appoints Major General Farouk Yahaya as Chief of Army Staff. President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Major General Farouk Yahaya as Chief of Army Staff. Brigadier General Oyema Wajuku, Acting Director, Defense Information, announced this in a statement yesterday. Yahaya was the General Officer commanding one division of the Nigerian Army and the incumbent theater commander of the counter-terrorism, counter-insurgency military outfit codenamed Operation Hardin Kai, according to the statement. What was your reaction when you read this news?
Yes, it was actually expected that the president will toe that particular line. Like we have said, a lot of people query the delay in appointing the new Chief of Army Staff because that position is sensitive. It shouldn't linger for too long. Now the appointment has finally come. If you look at the current posting before this appointment of Farouk Yahaya, the counter-insurgency platform that used to be Operation Lafia Adole, in terms of the military wherewithal, in terms of capacity, one good thing about the appointment is that like Atairu, like Lucky Rabo, he has also been in the theater of war for a long time. So in terms of competence, in terms of capacity, is at least for now, we'll say he will be able to deliver on his job. Then on the much talked about appointment, where the appointment could likely come from or what have you, like I said earlier, many of us actually saw this coming. A lot of people feel that the immediateness in rank or in terms of seniority to Atairu should have been appointed, which likely suggests that a southerner of the southeast extraction could have probably taken this job. But I, as a person, I actually see a situation where the president will want to go to where Atairu comes from in terms of geopolitical zone to be able to appoint a new service chiefs, especially that of the Chief of Army Staff. If you look at what this also intends for the military, it suggests the fact that a lot of people will have to also go in the course of the appointment of Farouk Yahaya, because even people within Atairu class, a class of 35 member of the regular course, you discover that Yahaya has about 25 military generals who are senior to him. So what the president simply did now was to jump entirely course 35, omitted course 36, and proceeded to course 37 to appoint Yahaya. So that means that a lot of military general will have to go. If you look at 25 that have been senior, we have 25 major generals that have been senior to Yahaya. Now, if you calculate the numbers between course 36 and that of 37, we'll be having close to 40 over 35 that will most likely go. Because
what is the implication of this?
Yes, according to military tradition, a junior officer cannot superintend over a senior ones in that level. So what automatically it means is that a lot of military general, especially those of major general, will have to go to be able to pave way for the smooth running and the smooth taking of this current Chief of Army Staff. Like I said earlier, in terms of competence, it is also a battle tested.
But what of international exposure?
Yes, in terms of international exposure, if you look at, he has also done his bit. He has been to the War College. He has done a lot of courses outside the country and what have you. And don't also forget, for the position of the Chief of Army Staff, you do not actually need, especially as the Nigerian case is concerned, you don't necessarily have to have multiple international experience before you can be appointed. What you only need.
What we are saying is being in tune with what you call global best practice,
yes,
in fighting terrorism, counter-terrorism and insurgency and all that.
Yes, in terms of global best practice, I think the area we need to focus on is violation of human rights in terms of what he told. And when you look at the likes of the late Atairu, you discover that he actually upheld that. The Atairu era, though very short, was a clear departure from what we used to have under Buratai, perhaps he was still very new on that particular position before the unfortunate incident happened. In terms of global best practice, of course, this should also be a time to reposition the military, especially the Nigerian army. We also need to uphold what we call professionalism. I actually saw a video yesterday of young officers of the Nigerian army jubilating and celebrating when the announcement was made. You know, that was also the case of Ibrahim Atairu when he was appointed. So I think there is this feeler from the battlefield that this is one of their own who understand the language very well, and I feel so that this could also advance the cause of fight against terrorism in the country. And don't also forget this particular person, like I said earlier, battle tested. He has been at the forefront. Of course, Shekau may be dead now, but if Shekau were to be alive, I think he will feel that, oh, this is another threat to insurgency in the country.
All right.
So let's see how it goes at the end of the day. We wish him best of luck.
Wish Yaya all the very best.
Yes, we want to see the war prosecuted to a logical conclusion.
All right, from the Guardian newspaper, Acting Inspector General of Police Akali Usman yesterday said the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SAS, had weakened efforts by the force to confront insecurity frontally in Nigeria. This came as he also announced that his men had arrested those involved in the March the 20th, 2021 failed attack on Governor Sami Otom of Benue State.
Yes, I think it's a good news that the attacker of Benue State Governor have finally been arrested. Apart from the arrest, we commend the police for that. We want to also see diligent prosecution to actually ensure that justice is thoroughly served to these people. Because if we have a situation under a civil administration where the convoy of a governor is attacked and the governor was almost adopted, it does not actually speak well for the security of the country. Because if that could happen to governors, what about vulnerable Nigerians who do not move a convoy, fortified convoy for that matter? We also want to know whether the group that had earlier claimed responsibility for that attack were the same category of people that the IGP is talking about now that they have been apprehended. Because we felt that investigation shouldn't have taken that long, because a particular group with identity actually came out to say that, oh, we actually masterminded the attack against the Benue governor. Then he talked about the SARS. It was an unfortunate incident that we had to have the end-SARS protest. Of course, the primary purpose of the formation of that special anti-robbery squad within the police was to fight against violent crime, of which banditry, kidnapping, and armed robbery fall within the purview. But unfortunately, along the line, this supposedly special force had to deviate to the extent of apprehending people. When you ride a good car, you must be a Yahoo boy. They go with POS.
Maybe it had outlived its usefulness because it was an interventionist program when it started out.
Yes, that is what we also talk about in the Nigerian context. The issue of reviewing certain of our policies and procedures. That agency or that arm of the Nigerian police was left unattended to for a very long time. Like we have said, there should be a special committee in terms of police formation that will be in charge of special anti-robbery squad that will coordinate the command system and operation, because at a particular time they went haywire. So we talked about reform too. During the NSAS protest, we have categories of protesters. Some people protested for the legitimate reason. We actually wanted the Nigerian police, the Nigerian government to reform the police that will be citizens based, not a police that will see you and term you criminal without investigation. But along the line, that particular initiative was hijacked. A lot of people protested because they wanted that outfit disbanded so that their illicit trade could thrive. We also saw internet fraudsters protesting violent crime. You know, those that have experienced, in the little experience that we just had, you know, the police authority told us that this is one of the vacuum that SARS, the disbandment of SARS, has created. Because, like the police officer was saying, he said in every corner, SARS know bad boys in some of these areas. They operate with them. They know how to
Maybe it takes one to know one anyway.
You understand? They know how to call them. So we said at that particular point in time that there are challenges, there are setbacks as a result of this, the operation of this outfit. But we have deliberately undermined that particular outfit to the extent that we allow the bad elements amongst us to hijack the process and at the end of the day, magnify the disadvantages of that particular
But
outfit.
after the protest, the federal government did promise some reform. All right. What have you seen of this reform? Have you really achieved any reform with the Nigerian police?
We have not really seen any reform. Absolutely not for now. They only changed the name at that time, disbanded it. Later they said they were coming up with a special weapon and something, SWAT. And at the end of the day, we have not really seen reform. He also talked about...
What is Alkali saying, Alkali's man? Is he saying we should bring back SARS or what?
No, he's just telling us, Tayo, the truth of the matter is that we need SARS. You understand?
Tell me.
We need an arm within the Nigerian police force that can tackle and fight against violent crime in our community.
No problems. But can you deal in that according to the rule of engagement?
Of course, that is what we are talking about. Let the Nigerian police also look into the issue. Look for a special outfit again that will be people's oriented, that will be result oriented. Look at the IRT, for example. Look at that team. Since the inception of that team has done wonderfully well in terms of abiding by the rules of engagement vis-a-vis upholding human rights of the citizen. That is what we are talking about. The vacuum, like the IGP has said, that SARS has created is staring us in the face now. Criminals operate now, even within Ibadan. They operate as if there's no police.
In broad daylight.
Impunity, that is what they do. Of course, we must commend the Lagos State Police Command because report has said that close to 90% of the attackers of that time have been apprehended. But in some other cities across the country, it looks as if police have not actually resumed back to
Lagos is even rebuilding the burnt down
the burnt police station.
What
in the case of Oyo State, we still have the carcass, except some of this outfit that maybe federal lawmakers, politicians,
private citizens,
like the one in my area. I talked about it every time. It was the community that built it. Now it has been burned down. The community is left helpless. The community is vulnerable. What is the government doing to actually ensure that this facility are rebuilt? Then we'll ensure that the police come back on full stream again. So we need an outfit that can deal with violent crime. That is the truth of the matter. How the police and the government will do it, I do not know. But certainly, we can't just continue like this on the basis of insecurity.
I don't know what...
I think that is what the IGP is trying to
bringing back SARS will do to the psyche of the people, but they promised SWAT. All right, so can we have SWAT get into the operations of, SARS?
Yes, if we can have SWAT, for example, coming back on full stream, let's ensure that at the end of the day, we monitor their operations. We ensure that somebody is in charge. When there is misdemeanor, some people or some highly placed officers will be held responsible. Well, some of these issues degenerated as a result of lack of proper monitoring of these special forces that we have. So we must be able to ensure that at the end of the day, we have a special unit that can tackle some of the crises that we have around. That is why our military is currently overstretched, even as we speak. So we must go back to the era where criminals will be dealt with. People drive in their cars now with rifle until they come down to start shooting before you know that these are armed robbers. That is the way they do in broad daylight, even in the city of Ibadan as we speak now. We have always said it. That is the current trend in town today. A lot of people protested for the wrong reason. They were joining the well-meaning Nigeria to say, let us end SARS, let us end SARS. And at the end of the day, their primary purpose of clamoring for the end of SARS is different from the original purpose, that SARS should be reformed to reflect the current reality, wherein you don't just have to suspect people and term them criminal at a go.
All right, thank you. Send 8:06 from our studio. When we return from the commercial break, we'll talk about, we go to Nasarawa State. The State Command of the Nigeria Police said it has apprehended the Special Advisor on Infrastructure to Governor Abdullahi Sule and Chinese national over the vandalism of railway tracks and sleepers in Lafia and Kena local government areas of the state. We'll be back.
OLUTAYO 94.9.
Guy, you
You don't see that new funny video for Twitter? That one with the boy.
You mean this one?
What of that brother Shaggy News Kitty? Where they circulate WhatsApp?
Oh, this one.
What of that meme? Where the guy?
When mouth open like this, ba?
Mr. Know It All. Which data you they use know all these things?
Now, Glow new data plans get me.
Are you serious?
With just 50 naira, and they get 50 MB. And with just 100 naira, and they get 150 MB. Where have to use chat or browse on top Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and even Snapchat. Don't dull yourself, oh. Dial star 777 hash now. Make you begin the browse, they go.
Glow Unlimited.
Do you know you can bake a cake for as little as 1,000 naira? You don't believe? With new Devon King's margarine. Enjoy yummy, buttery taste and softer, fluffier texture on all your cakes and pastries with new Devon King's margarine.
Devon King's margarine.
iléeṣẹ́ Novesola wọ́n ní kí n sọ fún ọ pé tòjò tẹ̀rùn gbogbo àkókò ńlẹ̀ dá ádámà nílò náà yàtọ̀ sí náà dògán tá a fi ń sun bọ̀ọ̀lì lábà oko àgàgà yín náà sólà tó ń gbàgbára láti inú òrùn tó bá gbọ́ Novel sólà ní ó tẹ̀lé iléeṣẹ́ Novesola wọ́n ti wà ní sẹpẹ́ fún pèsè àwọn èròjà sólà lẹ́lẹ́kàǹkà inverter solar panels and batteries solar kit láti tanná láti charge battery gbọ́ rédíò kọrin jẹ̀gbádùn àti láti tanná ẹlẹ́yin bíi 2 sí 3 solar fan tó ń gbé fan láti tanná sùn dẹ́kun ẹ̀fọn amáranini ṣokùnfà àìsàn ibà solar floodlight fàyíká ilégbèé àtòpópónà fún sàìmọ́lẹ̀ solar freezer láti ṣe nǹkan jíjẹ mímu lọ́jọ́sí kómi síta fún oníbàárà solar CCTV camera ẹlẹ́yinjú àsáfà àbò nílé iṣẹ́ àtọ́fíìsì solar water heater tí somi tútù di gbígbóná solar water pump tó lè fami gòkè ní kànga energy saving appliances DC bulb DCTV DC fan tó ń gbàgbára náà sára bẹ́ẹ̀ làkànṣe solar product wà fún dókítà lecturers farmers tailor àtàwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù káríkárí Novesola kan náà ń lo kájú ẹ̀ kàn sí wọn bó rajà lólulẹ̀ iṣẹ́ wọn tó wà ní Akíndélé plaza ìdójúkọ Adamasingba stadium Mọ́kọ́lá Ìbàdàn tàbí lẹ́ka ilé iṣẹ́ wọn tó bá súnmọ́
081-8776-6005.
Novesola ló mójútó sola.
egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
ojú rẹ̀ ṣàǹjọ̀lọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneton cleanser ni.
já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneton cleanser egbògi àtẹ́jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. inú tó ń kú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. amọ̀nà ti dé o. Veneton cleanser egbògi àtẹ́jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà ti gbàlódé. NAFDAC fòǹtẹ̀lù MA1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneton cleanser jáde. a wà ní nọ́mbà 17 ọba akínyẹlé off Adeogun Street Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ring Road Ìbàdàn. telephone 08034051533 fún títà àti rírà ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Veneton cleanser àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
Hey, why did you put it in the pot like that? You're supposed to break it first.
Says who? This is how I cook my pasta. Besides, it's golden penny pasta. It's non-sticky, so it doesn't matter.
But I want to cook it with meatballs mixed with pepper sauce and cheese.
Go ahead and enjoy your golden penny pasta just the way you want it. Golden penny pasta is made with durum wheat, which contains protein, and it's non-sticky, so you can cook, serve, and eat just the way you want it. With golden penny pasta, your way is best.
láti gòkè àgùnlà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti ń tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo òǹwáṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé àwọn òǹgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
ǹjẹ́ o tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ń ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní. questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́yìn ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 08168737222.
If you don't know the transfer news, you might tell your friends your team has the top striker.
What are you talking about?
If you tell your friends your team has the top striker, they might loudly disagree. If they loudly disagree, the whole viewing center might get involved. If the whole viewing center gets involved, you might lose the argument. If you lose the argument, you might kick the floor in frustration. Before things get out of hand, settle it with Google Search. Get the latest football news, live scores, transfers, probabilities, and so much more on your Google app.
Home. There's something about it. From the feeling of peace and serenity.
Bros. Why so deep? Home is anywhere the Airtel Home broadband is. That's all.
Enjoy more data than before on Airtel Home Broadband. Get a router for 25,000 naira with up to 160 gigabyte and a MiFi for 12,000 naira with up to 55 gigabyte. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
32 FM
94.9.
FM 94.9. We're still looking at the headlines this morning. Hassan Uduma is still right here with me in the studio. Before we took the break, Hassan, I mentioned a particular headline here from Daily Trust. Governor's aide, Chinese national, arrested over vandalism of railway tracks.
Yes, that governor aide should be thoroughly prosecuted. You see, the other time somebody was saying that those that are involved in that crime should summarily be fired. I said I support it, but it does not support the position of the rule of law. Because the other time, I think towards Kaduna, we saw a tray going off the track. You know, this is a danger, accident waiting to happen when all of a sudden a rail track is removed. It shows that when the tray gets there, it could probably lose control, and at the end of the day, multiple deaths will be recorded. I don't know why we do this a disservice to us. The Chinese national, now, can you go to China, for example, and remove a rail track? These are issues. So it depends on the way we do. And we have always said, without insider collaboration, some of this international dimension crime cannot be happening in Nigeria.
Is this just greed, or we are just not ready for the kind of infrastructural development we crave?
They are both greed on one hand, and on the other hand, we are not ready. Because if we have a kind of insider connivance to actually undermine your country and endanger the life of your own citizen, it shows that so much is wrong with us as a people. So that official of government should be thoroughly prosecuted, and I'm sure if this get to the court, the judge should be angry to give a maximum sentence as far as that issue is concerned. Because it is unheard of. A government official, for that matter, you also have access to money. You are not just poor. And we talk about a situation where infrastructure will be vandalized and your name is linked to it as aiding and abetting other nationals of other country, of which such a thing cannot be done in their own country. So how do you term that? That is a disservice.
All of a sudden we are, reading about governor's aide who are tending towards criminality lately. We have the other SSA to the governor of Ogun State who was involved in benefit fund in the US. See this one too. We keep recording all of this lately. What is happening?
Yes, I think with governors too also need to look beyond just appointing people. Let's look at their profile, do a background check on individuals, because some of these positions are just to service the political class, just to put people in position and what have you. But going forward, background check should be conducted. Let's know, like they say in some financial institutions, know your customer. You must know the people that wants to work with you. Look at their records, look at their tendencies, look at their background, and at the end of the day, you'll be able to appoint them. Because some of these things shouldn't even be happening. If we talk about those who do not have job to do, the jobless people on the street, what about governors appointee, those who are special advisors, even to the level of commissioner? I think that is despicable.
All right, bread and biscuits are common consumable items in many Nigerian households, and before we are getting one directive here that I can read from Daily Trust. The economic hardship in the country has taken a new dimension as the Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria has directed its members to increase the prices of bread, biscuits, and other baked items by 30% due to the rising cost of production.
Yes, rising cost of flour and other baking material. If you look at consistently for a period of time now, flour has been on the increase. In short, I'm even surprised that this is coming a little bit late, because that association have done everything possible to ensure that the price will not increase. But look at a truckload of flour now that used to go for 6 million. It's now going for 9 million. So how do they be able to continue in that particular type of business? And the government must intervene as a matter of urgency as far as this is concerned, because baked item, especially bread, is becoming like a staple food in some homes today. Hardly will you find home with kids today that will not be going for bread consumption on a high level. Almost every day, some of us that are parents will buy bread. This is what these children eat. Some of them eat bread before they go to school and what have you. So government must urgently intervene in this. I think Abdul Samad, the BUA chairman, raised an issue sometimes ago that caused a kind of dichotomy between him and Dangote. A situation where government would just allow individual to fix price by fiat. I think that need to be worked on. Of course, Kano political
Let's
elite.
break the monopoly.
Yes, Kano, elite, Ganduje, and others, they've been able to mediate between the two of them. Apart from settling the rift between the two of them, what happened to that grave allegation? Because Abdul Samad said Dangote wanted us to increase the price of flour and sugar, and we said no, and that is causing a lot of problems. So let us investigate that. We can't continue to see that monopoly to some group of people who it don't make life unbearable for the common man. So government must look into this as a matter of urgency.
Let's see some more headlines from the dailies before we open the phone lines. We have this one here: Brekete family to go off air as NBC suspends license of Human Rights Radio. You saw the video,
yes,
of Isa, yes, and the woman.
Yes, for 30 days, no matter what, that radio is like civil society radio or human rights radio. No matter what, I think there are things there that shouldn't have even happened at all. Of course, he has apologized publicly and also openly too. The apology is taken, but there are extant laws. So according to the law, he had to be off air for about 30 days. So let's see what that means. We must uphold professionalism in the discharge of our duty. For example, even in the court of law, cases are being reversed as a result of likelihood of bias of judges, the way they handled suspects. The law frowns at that. So irrespective of whatever that has transpired, there shouldn't have been any physical assault against such individual. So I think this is also a learning point for all of us, especially in the media industry. In as much as we try to project morals, good value system, we should also do that with sanctity and privileges for human rights too. So if we preach human rights on the radio, it must also reflect in our actions, the way we do things.
Thank you, Osene Dumo. Let's look at this one. Nigerians to pay more for imported vehicles from the 1st of June. Hike in terminal handling charges move businesses to neighboring countries. Dealers lament rising cost, low patronage for used vehicles. This is a ploy to discourage vehicles importation, stakeholders allege. This is when you say imported vehicles, talking about Tokumbo, right?
Yes, we talk about Tokumbo. I think government is killing business. The major enemy of businesses in Nigeria today is government through their policies. This thing is simple. Even bring tariff down, you'll be able to get more. Those who bring in through the bush will now pass through the normal process.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Adeshu Yamola from UI.
Go on.
People to pay more for Tokumbo vehicle. People to pay more for bread. Pure water now is 3 for 15 naira in my area. Tell me, Mr. Ogosin and Mr. Dele, this government, are they, at the purpose of winning election, is it to punish Nigerians? Do they think at all? That's how the best of today.
All right, we got that. I'm OLUTAYO OGUNADE anyway. Dele is somewhere enjoying himself. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
This is Ade. I'm calling from Money. Yes, like what they are raising now, the issue of SARS, second coming of SARS. Now, the issue is this. Without SARS, is there no other combatant unit in the Nigerian police force? Because we used to hear this MOPO, the mobile police force, used to be as militant as army before, during the days of kill and go. Now, there is no any other thing because of the government of SARS. That is where security or whatever. I think to me, the second coming of SARS is of no relevance. It is not the uniform that matters, but the competent, the people who are competent to do the work. Let MOPO, the MOPO unit is there. Let them reinforce the MOPO very well. And that we have what do they call it? This is a terrorist squad or whatever. Many type of something under the Nigerian police force. Returning of SARS to me is of no relevance. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Abe, for your contribution. You mentioned MOPO. Austin. Okay. Let's go to a short break. When we return, we take more calls.
32 FM
94.9.
ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà mẹ́jọ jẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́rin náírà ẹgbẹ̀rún márùn-ún náírà lọ́nà mẹ́jọ jẹ́ yẹ́rọ. jọ ibo ló ti rówó. owó kẹ̀ èní orí owó ìpè tí Airtel máa ń fún mi tí n bá ti ra síìmù tuntun mà ní o. wo wọ́n tún ń fún mi ní ìlọ́po mẹ́jọ dátà fún wíwà lórí àtẹ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn àti ìfà ìlọ́po mẹ́jọ owó ìpè nígbàkigbà tí n bá ti ra owó ìpè. ṣé bó o mọ̀ pé o ti lè ra síìmù tuntun báyìí ní èyíkéyìí ilé ìtajà aṣojú tí Airtel fọwọ́ sí. ìwọ ṣá ti lọ pẹ̀lú nọ́mbà ìdánimọ̀ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà NIN rẹ kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
This is what you hear on Sunday.
You were beautiful.
This is what happens before Sunday.
Where are the teams? One more slip up and you are out. Do you understand?
It's rehearsal time, everybody.
Where's my dress?
Watch Countdown to Showtime, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the intense rehearsals, painful setbacks, and all the drama as the contestants battle for the ultimate prize on Nigerian Idol. Countdown to Showtime, only on showmax.com.
As I search online for different medicine to take make belle no enter. Now so I can't jam this self-inject where person go take hand inject himself. The first thing will come my mind now, wow. So woman fit give them self-injection now? That one me say, I no go they go clinic on they stand for long line. They wait for one auntie where go they use corner eye they look me. I come talk say, make I try am because now only one injection I need make I know for carry belle till 3 months pass. Even self, anybody way doctor, them don't train, go fit do am for anywhere where them like. I be the fear the time where I first give myself the injection. Because me self they fear need do, but I come see say this injection it dey easy to do and it no dey pay like normal injection. Right now, the level of confidence where I get it don't high. This self-inject medicine to stop belle don't give me power. Now, now me dey in charge of my body, my time and my future.
You go like check out the different way them where you go take avoid belle where you know one and get more information about self-inject. We have visit discoveryourpower.org today or make you search for #discoveryourpower on top internet. Now Health Promotion Division, Federal Ministry of Health support this information.
Please sir, how do I get to Retire Well Crescent?
It's easy. Just go straight on longitude 155. Take a 360-degree turn, then traverse on the trajectory. And bam, you enter the streets. You can't miss it.
At Stambic IBTC Pension Managers, we believe that preparing for the future should be easy. Email switch to pensionsolution@stambicibtc.com and let our experienced managers help you get started. Stambic IBTC Pension Managers, a member of Standard Bank Group.
Do you know you can bake a cake for as little as 1,000 naira? You don't believe? With new Devon King's margarine. Enjoy yummy, buttery taste and softer, fluffier texture on all your cakes and pastries with new Devon King's margarine.
Devon King's margarine.
If you know sabi transfer news, you fit tell all your padi say na your team get correct top striker.
What are you talking about?
If you tell your padi say na your team get correct top striker, dem fit shout dey follow you argue.
No way.
If dem shout dey follow you argue, everybody for viewing center fit shook mouth for the matter. If dem shook mouth for the matter, you fit fall your hand for the matter. If you fall your hand for the matter, you fit kick bench as you dey vex. Abeg, before you enter yawa, settle the matter with Google search. Get the latest football news, live scores, transfers, probabilities, and anything wey concern football with your Google app.
My name is Data Lover Joe Mapel. Any wolf I go know well. MTN post on I'm a very, very big guy, but I don't joke with my giggy bites. So MTN get the free guy with this data plan for the midnight. 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. 2 gig, oh boy, I can live the life. IG, TikTok is ready to go, oh boy, I'm feeling fine. Because 11 to 6 in the morning, IG, TikTok, morning, 2 gig, there for me. MTN boss, yes, of course,
MTN Pulse. Do you? Dial *406# to join. Everywhere you go, MTN.
32 FM.
94.9.
Thank you for staying tuned. 32 FM 94.9. We go to the phone lines 0705 5000 949. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Austin, good morning. God bless you guys. I'm enjoying you. My name is Dr. Mark. Hello.
We can hear you, Doctor. Go on.
Hello. Okay, my issue is not particular about having new chief of staff. I am particular about investigating these consistent clashes of our aircraft. There is a whole lot happening in the armed forces. The armed forces have been crippled. Most of the gallant soldiers, we have lost good number of them. It's as if we are not winning any war at all. Somebody made a statement that you don't really have military men in this country. We have kidnapping going on everywhere. I'm telling you the truth. If we do not really check what is happening in the armed forces in Nigeria, then we may not be able to win. If we have more people coming into this country to attack us, we may not be able to retaliate.
Thank you for your call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is John Olariwaju.
Let's have your headline, John.
Yeah, on the issue of IG, that saying that the disbandment of the SARS that causing the insecurity in this state. To me, I disagree with him. Why am I saying this? There was a time that they have already disbanded the SARS. Because of their misbehavior in the society, not follow the reason why they organize them. So, and this was the second time of disbandment. So definitely, even if you bring them back, they will still do the same thing. But my suggestion is this: look at those that involved in internet fraud. We have the FCC that can tackle them. What are they doing? And the solution for insecurity. Because the major insecurity we are facing in the country is come from the bandits.
Thank you, John. Hello, good morning. 0705 500949 0809 7949. From Damilola Bodori on YouTube. Well done. Austin, kudos. Tayo, I would like to ask, what is the function of Operation Burst in the police architecture? Calling for SARS or SWAT because of their roles is fine. Looking at, I didn't get this. The point of argument, but why not fill in with Operation Burst? Okay, does that have a national outlook?
Of course, no. As far as Oyo State is concerned, that can suffice.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
This is the voice of John Nuzon Joko. And you are talking of doing background checks to determine who may commit crime. Here what Shakespeare said, they know how to find the man's construction in the face. And the Bible says the heart of man is deceitful and there is madness in their heart while they live.
Thank you, John. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, comrade.
It's Comrade Modulu General from Agbo.
All right.
It's quite shocking that I can hear that SARS, they want to reverse SARS again. But I can confidently tell you that the police structure and their mentality has not changed. Because right now, my NGO, of which I represent, filed a petition before Commissioner of Police right now in respect of the police inhuman degrading treatment of one of my comrades. Although the Commissioner is treating the case very fantastically. But today, the police are still brutalizing innocent Nigerians. And I don't know what we can do to address this issue of inhuman and wickedness among the police structure. Because I personally,
personally, I sat with the DPO of that station, and he was trying to build, serious justification for illegality of his command, of his police under his command. Now, telling that attack is coming again, I don't know how Nigerians are so barbaric like this.
All right, thank you. We have to leave the studio now. Thank you, comrade there. Thank you to all the callers this morning. Also, let me take your final word on the program today before we go.
Yes, we must get the correct perspective. The IGP did not in any way say that
we are bringing it back.
We are bringing back SARS, and nobody has said we are bringing back SARS. We are only looking at the vacuum that the absence of SARS has created, which so many people can attest to. So I
and
think
for Dr. Mark that spoke about the crashes.
Yes, a body has been set up within the armed forces to actually look at the remote causes of incessant crashes here and there. So work is ongoing as far as that is concerned.
Thank you, Senator Jomo.
Thank you.
My name is OLUTAYO OGUNADE. Good morning, and thank God it's Friday.
The station admired by other